નમસ્કાર, સ્વાગત છે આપનું માર્કેટ માસ્ટર્સની અંદર. હું વિક્રમ પાઠક અને મારી સાથે મારા સહયોગી નિશા પંડ્યા જોડાયેલા છે. આજે માર્કેટ માસ્ટર્સમાં અમે ચર્ચા કરવાના છે એલએફ એક્યુરેટ એડવાઇઝર્સના એમડી રાજેશ કોઠારી સાથે. રાજેશજી, સ્વાગત છે આપનું સીએનબીસી બજારમાં. ફર્સ્ટ ઓફ ઓલ સર, જે પ્રમાણે છેલ્લા 5 દિવસથી બજાર આપણને જે નવા હાઈઝ બનાવતું દેખાઈ રહ્યું છે, કોંગ્રેચ્યુલેશન એના માટે. અને અહીંયાથી આઉટલુક આપ માર્કેટ ઉપર શું જોઈ રહ્યા છો? હવે અહીંયા શું કરવું જોઈએ?
Well, I think market no જે અત્યારે જે sentiments and also that sentiment જે positive છે એના ઘણા બધા reasons છે. One is of course the Indian vaccination. We have almost done 50% of the population is right now almost like one dose is over for 50% of the population. It is a very big achievement. એટલે પોતે જ એક પોતાની અંદર એક સફળતા છે કારણ કે India is a big country, am I right? So India is so many different small European countries which are not yet fully vaccinated. So that is one thing. Indian economy is slowly therefore opening up, which is a good news. The global economy is on a strong revival. That is also good news. And on the liquidity front, Jay last meeting Jay Fed need, and they are very clear that inflation may go up a little bit more in the short term, but interest rates are not going to move up for at least for the medium term. And even if interest rate move up, any movement is going to be very, very slow. It is going to be very, very transitory kind of a movement. And all these things put together, it means lower inflation risk, lower hike in interest rates. So interest rate will go up, but the pace is going to be much more slower, and strong corporate earnings growth. Combined of this, and that's the reason why markets are where they are. And surely over next 3 to 5 years, we continue to remain positive. There will be correction. Correction is a part of any bull market, and this market is also not going to be different. There will be correction, but medium to long term, equity as an asset class remains the best asset class to invest.
રાજેશજી, ટેપરિંગ જ્યારે પહેલા થયું હતું ત્યારે આપણે એક એનો કડવો અનુભવ લઈ ચૂક્યા છે. અત્યારે સંકેતો અત્યારથી મળી રહ્યા છે ટેપરિંગના, પણ માર્કેટ નવા હાઈઝ અસર કરી રહ્યું છે. કઈ રીતે બોલવું જોઈએ? શું ચિંતા બિલકુલ નથી એને પહોંચી વળવા માટે? બંને ઇકોનોમીઝ રેડી છે, ગ્લોબલી અને આપણી?
બહુ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ તમારો ક્વેશ્ચન છે, અને આ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ક્વેશ્ચનનો આન્સર બહુ સિમ્પલ છે. That જે કડવો અનુભવ થયો હતો, Fed, US Fed, the global, the central bankers also have experience and they are also learning, right? So 2007-8માં તમે જોયું હશે કે પેલા એક બેંક કોલેપ્સ થઈ, ત્યારે actually they could have taken the action, but action નહોતી લીધી અને બેંક કોલેપ્સ થઈ અને માર્કેટ્સ કોલેપ્સ થઈ. I'm talking about economy, I'm not talking about Dow Jones. And then they realized that they have to protect them, and then they started announcing the different quantitative easing. Similarly, 2012-13, they have realized that tantrum tapering je che, what can be the bad experience of enache kadwa anubhav che, they know about it. And that is the reason why if you see this time, their move is completely different. So inflation is already going up, correct? But despite inflation going up, they said that employment also needs to go up. And khali job data ek અઠવાડિયા માટે નહીં, એક મહિના માટે નહીં, but it has to sustain for a longer term. For then, they will take the effective steps. And what are going to be the effective steps? It is not going to be only related to the monetary measures, but also the fiscal measures. એટલે એક બાજુથી કદાચ મોનેટરી થોડું ટાઇટનિંગ થશે અને બીજી બાજુથી ફિસ્કલ પોલિસી લૂઝ થશે, because they have a huge $1.5 trillion, $2 trillion spending, infra budget. So one is going to compensate other. So this time is going to be different compared to what we have seen in 2012-13. The global central bankers, they are aware about it. They do not want collapse of economy, because please understand, the global demand growth is not like 3.5-4% GDP growth in a normal environment, am I right? Current year it might be because of the low base effect, because last year was impacted by COVID, but otherwise it is not. So they do not want to puncture the recovery in the global economy, and that is the reason why it is going to be very, very measured approach by the global central bankers.
ઓકે, બસ સર, અહીંયા એક ગ્લોબલ માર્કેટના સિનારીઓની અંદર આખી એક સિચ્યુએશન આપણે જોયું તો જે જીઓપોલિટિકલ સિચ્યુએશન China+1ની આપણને બનતી દેખાય છે. એમાં ફક્ત ભારત નહીં, અન્ય એશિયન કન્ટ્રીઝને પણ એટલો મોટો બેનિફિટ થયો છે. તો આ અત્યારે જે કરંટ સિચ્યુએશન આપણે જોઈ રહ્યા છીએ, China+1નો બેનિફિટ જે પર્ટિક્યુલરલી આપણા મેટલ, કેમિકલ સેગમેન્ટ અને ટુ ધી એક્સટેન્ટ એપીઆઈ ફાર્મા કંપનીઝને મળતો દેખાઈ રહ્યો છે, એને સર આપ કેવી રીતના એનાલાઇઝ કરો છો? એ કદાચ આ વર્ટિકલ હજુ પણ અહીંયા સારા ગ્રોથ થતા દેખાશે?
Yes, I think this is just a beginning. કારણ કે જે ચાઇનાનું જે ડિસ્ટ્રપ્શન સપ્લાય ચેન રિલેટેડ જે ડિસ્ટ્રપ્શન સ્ટાર્ટ થયું તે એકચ્યુઅલી 2019ના બિગિનિંગથી ચાલુ થયું. From that point, because that time it was a pollution related norms, they became more and more stricter, and that resulted into some supply chain issues. And after that, COVID wave 1 came. After that, COVID wave 2 came, and very recently, 3 weeks back, again China ports, they announced the shutdown. So as a global company, जो आप एक global company तरीके विचारो, you have to reduce your dependence on China. Whether it is a normal supply chain or not, even the COVID times, but in the longer term, you need to reduce your dependence on China. And if you want to reduce your dependence on China, you need to look for the other countries. So it might be India, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Philippines, depending upon what every country has to offer. And India fits the bill there because in specialty chemical segment, in textile segment, in pharma segment, we have a very unique advantage. And that is the reason why over next 3 to 5 to 10 years, India's share in the global market will keep increasing, every year. It is going to be a gradual process. It is not going to happen overnight. કારણ કે ये process છે, ये journey છે, but every company, in fact, last week I was discussing with one of very large multinational company, it is one of the top company globally, and they said that not only in India, they are also going to do local sourcing. So if it is a US company, they will also increase the sourcing from US because they need to reduce dependence on China, and China dependence is huge. So 5% swing from China to India, it is a 30-40% earnings growth for our companies. So definitely this story is going to continue, not for 1 quarter, but probably for next 3, 5, 10 years. It is going to be a gradual process.
ત્યારે જ આપણે જ્યારે ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ રેટની વાત કરી રહ્યા છે તો ભારતમાં તમે જો જે રીતે ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ રેટ લોએસ્ટ લેવલ પર છે પણ એનો લાભ રિયલ એસ્ટેટે જબરદસ્ત લીધો છે કે એ તમે ડેવલપર્સ જોઈ લો કે હોમ બાયર્સને જોઈ લો પણ એની સામે તમે ઓટોને જુઓ તો બિલકુલ ટેકો નથી મળ્યો, બાયર્સ નથી, ડિમાન્ડ નથી. આ મિસમેચ પહેલી વાર જોવા મળ્યું છે કે અત્યારે આપણે જોઈ રહ્યા છીએ કે ઓટોમાં આટલો ગ્રોથ નથી ને ઓટો એક ગ્રોથ ડ્રાઈવર છે આપણા માટે. એને તમે કઈ રીતે જુઓ છો?
ઓટોમોબાઈલ સેક્ટર જે અત્યારે ડિમાન્ડ નથી એવું આપણે ન કહી શકીએ. Because of the semiconductor chips related issues, automobile industry is not able to fulfill the supply. So even today, તમે car industry માં જોશો, then there is a waiting period for most good model of the most good successful companies. So there is a good long waiting period. So there is a demand, but there is no enough supply because of semiconductor chips related issues. Let's talk about the two-wheeler sector. જ્યાં actually, as you rightly said, કે જ્યાં demand નથી. ત્યાં demand એટલા માટે નથી because people are waiting for the electric two-wheeler and Ola has already entered. So people want to see a little bit, kind of a, waiting that, let me see for another 2-3 months and then let me decide should we buy a, electric two-wheeler or should we buy a normal, IC back, two-wheeler. So I think demand is not a problem here. It is a supply issues in most of the automobile players. And also, historically, automobile industry globally, so most of the growth at times are driven by new product launches. Now, because of the chips issues, many companies are postponing their product launch. So, say for example, if you want to buy a car, you may not buy today. You may say, એક વર્ષ પછી આપણે ડિસિઝન લેશું, 6 મહિના પછી ડિસિઝન લેશું, કારણ કે 6 નવા મોડેલ લોન્ચ થવાના હતા, પણ એ 6 નવા મોડેલ લોન્ચ હવે ફેબ્રુઆરી કે માર્ચ કે જુલાઈ મહિનામાં નેક્સ્ટ યર થશે. So you may postpone your demand. And that is the reason why, if you see the resale market, that is actually doing well. So I think demand growth is not a problem. It is a more of a supply related issues in automobile sector.
Okay. સર સાથે એક બીજું વર્ટિકલ અહીંયા માર્કેટનું અત્યારે જે આપણને મેજર પ્લેયર થતું દેખાઈ રહ્યું છે બેન્કિંગ અને ફાઇનાન્શિયલનું. ઘણા બધા આપણે જોઈએ તો કન્સેન્સિસ એના ઉપર બિલ્ટઅપ થતા દેખાયા છે. આપ પર્ટિક્યુલરલી અહીંયા શું વિચારી રહ્યા છો? અહીંયા હજુ પણ આ પ્રકારના અંડર પરફોર્મન્સીસ આપણે જોઈશું?
મને લાગે છે કે the days of underperformance for banking, in my view, they are over. કારણ કે from current levels, most of the good banks, and I'm talking, say banking, basically you need to divide between a good lender and bad lender, to put it very simply. Lenders with a very good lending practices, high asset quality, low non-performing assets, and high conservative provision policy. If you talk about that basket, this basket is going to do extremely well, in my view, over next 3 to 5 years. Because the balance sheets of corporate India, the borrowers' balance sheet have increased and improved significantly. The balance sheet of the borrower, એટલે જેને આપણે પૈસા આપીએ છીએ એની balance sheet એટલી સુધરી ગઈ છે કે the risk of the incremental NPA has reduced significantly. Also, the lenders' balance sheets have also improved a lot in last 2 to 3 to 4 years due to variety of reasons, due to conservative policy and conservative, lending in last 3-4 years. And if you look at the corporate debt in India, is actually, if you look at the debt to GDP of corporate, then they have actually reduced borrowing over last 3-4 years. Now, for the lending cycle to revive, what is required? You require, number one, higher capital expenditure. And that needs to be done by private sector along with public sector. Both these sectors are going to increase the capital expenditure because of the number of factors, PLI, China plus one, higher commodity prices. So say for example, I'm sure you would have noticed that ઘણી બધી steel company પોતાના capex plan announce કર્યા છે, ઘણી બધી chemical companies પોતાના capital expenditure plan announce કર્યા છે. So there are few pockets where there are already green shoots are visible, correct? Few pockets, they are still under kind of a red signal, but commodities, particularly metals, pharmaceuticals, chemicals, automobiles, these sectors have already announced new capital expenditure. On top of it, you have a PLI scheme. So for example, electronics exports, and on top of it, you have a global economy doing well. So say for example, textiles. So all these things put together will lead to improvement into the capex cycle. And that would mean the lending, corporate lending is going to probably do, revival over next, maybe after a quarter or so. So over next 2 to 3 years, corporate lending cycle will revive. The retail lending anyway is healthy growth. The housing demand is, maintained, it remains very good. And as Indian economy normalizes, even the credit card and personal loan and other components will also start growing. So I think this basket, I'm talking about a high quality lenders, that basket is going to do extremely well over next 3 to 4 years. And I think probably from here, banking should outperform, high quality banking should outperform the market going forward.
ખાસ કરીને NBFCs અને હાઉસિંગ ફાઇનાન્સ પર આપનો મત શું બને છે?
Again, one needs to be very, very selective in the entire banking and finance, whether it is a housing finance, whether it is a commercial vehicle finance. The leaders of these sectors with the best of the asset quality and best of the risk management practices, they will do extremely well because they are going to further gain the market share. The poor companies, the poor lending institutes, they do not have enough ability to lend more because their balance sheets are not in the right shape. They need to do more QIP, they need to do more fundraising, and that will further dilute their earnings growth. So I think the high quality companies with high capital adequacy ratios, low provisions, and they are the leaders historically, the number 1, number 2, number 3 companies I'm talking about. Across, whether it is a private sector banks, whether it is a non-banking finance companies, both these sectors, the winners are going to be, such kind of institutions.
બટ સર એક મોટું કન્સર્ન્સ અહીંયા આ બધા જ ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યુશન્સ માટે બનતું દેખાયેલું છે કે રિસેન્ટ ટાઈમની અંદર આપણે ક્રેડિટ ગ્રોથ આવતો નથી જોઈ રહ્યા અને જે પ્રમાણેની માર્કેટની અંદર લિક્વિડિટીઝ આપણને ફ્લો થઈ રહી છે અત્યારે ઘણા બધા વર્ટિકલ્સ ઓપન થઈ ચૂક્યા છે કે જેમાં આપણે જોઈએ તો બેન્કિંગ સિસ્ટમના બદલે અધર વેઝ અરાઉન્ડ આપણને સારા એવા ફંડ રેઝિંગ માટેના સમાચાર આવતા દેખાઈ રહ્યા છે અને જે પ્રમાણે રિસેન્ટલી જીડીપી ડેટામાં આપણે મેન્યુફેક્ચરિંગના પણ આંકડાઓને જે સુધરતા જોયા છે આ આખું કોમ્બિનેશન કરીએ તો કદાચ ક્રેડિટ ગ્રોથ આપણે કયા ક્વાર્ટરથી એન્ટિસિપેટ કરી શકીશું?
I think it is going to be growth, across the, what I would say, all the cylinders are going to fire because corporate is going to revive, as I talked about. Retail is also going to do well. If you do segmentation of corporate and retail, each part within that is going to revive, whether it is a large corporate borrowing, whether it is a SME borrowing, whether it is a non-banking finance company, retail lending. I think it is going to be, all cylinders are going to fire. Agriculture credit is probably one thing which may not do so well because of some pockets are not receiving good rainfall. But apart from that, I think there is going to be revival across the engines for the banking sector.
રાજેશજી, અત્યારે તમે ક્યાં વેટેજ તમારા પોર્ટફોલિયોમાં વધારી રહ્યા છો અને ક્યાંથી એક્ઝિટ લઈ રહ્યા છો?
Well, sectors on which we are positive, one is of course companies which have a global face. So say for example, auto ancillary sectors, few select companies, which has a very strong exposure to the US markets. We are overweight on that. Similarly, capital expenditure companies, these sectors we have been bearish for almost like last 8-10 years, but incrementally our sector માં અમે weightage વધારી રહ્યા છે because they are going to benefit from global recovery because they are huge exports, and they are also beneficiary of Indian economy recovery because capex cycle is going to improve. Most of these companies, the companies which we identified in capital, the goods segment, they are the companies that have very, very strong, technology mode. So actually, they are known for, product innovation. They are known for automation, and they are going to benefit significantly because of, huge business advantage, competitive advantage they have. So there is another sector on which, we are positive. Third segment, on which we have been positive and we have increased our weight in last, 6-8 months is building material segment. So while real estate may revive, but you always have, some poor governance issues are always there in real estate. But we are playing that through proxy building materials, that's tiles, plywoods, wire and cables, pipes, and such segments. So these are the three sectors on which we are positive. Apart from, of course, private sector banking and finance, which we already talked about. Chemical is one space where we have been overweight since last 3 years. We were early in the game, and even today we continue to remain extremely bullish on chemical space. I'm talking about a specialty chemical. Right now, what is happening is that there are many commodity chemicals. Those commodity prices have increased by 100-200%. I'm talking about the business, that material, the chemical material price, and that resulting into huge growth in such certain commodity chemical companies. But that may not stay forever there, and that's the risk in the commodity chemical companies. So we need to distinguish when you talk about chemicals between commodity chemicals and specialty chemicals. So we are extremely bullish on specialty chemical space, and I think commodity chemical, those stock prices have also run up a lot. I think there will needs to be exercise little caution.
સર એની સાથે એક પર્ટિક્યુલર સેગમેન્ટ આખું જે અત્યારે આપણે જોઈ રહ્યા છે કે માર્કેટની અંદર જ્યારે જ્યારે આ પ્રમાણના હાઈસ બનતા હોય છે ત્યારે એક આખો વર્ગ એવો ઊભો થતો હોય છે કે અહીંયા હવે ઉપરના લેવલ્સ અટકતા દેખાઈ શકે છે, અહીંયા વધારે તેજી નથી, બજાર હવે અહીંયાથી મંદી તરફ આવતું દેખાશે. પર્ટિક્યુલરલી સર્ટેન સેગમેન્ટ છે જ્યાં આપણને થોડાક પ્રોફિટ ટેકિંગના પણ ક્યુઝ અત્યારે બનતા દેખાઈ રહ્યા છે, જેમ કે મેટલ અને આઈટી સ્પેસ છે એના માટે. પણ આપનો મત શું બની રહ્યો છે? આ તેજી હજુ આપણે આગળ કેટલી જોઈ શકીશું? જો પ્રોફિટ ટેકિંગ કરવું હોય તો પણ કયા વર્ટિકલ્સ છે કે જ્યાં અત્યારે આપને લાગે છે કે પ્રોફિટ ટેકિંગ કરી શકાય એમ છે?
I think all poor quality stocks, low quality stocks, companies with poor corporate governance, companies with very high leverage on their balance sheets. In fact, those companies have actually started moving up in a very big way, correct, from stock prices perspective. And I think that is going to be surely a warning signal, and one need to exit such companies. Retail investors, particularly from the viewers' perspective, I think they need to exercise a caution while doing such investment. Make sure that the companies in which you are invested, they are high quality companies. Because last 3-4 મહિનામાં, because of the momentum in the market is so strong, the poor quality companies, they have actually outperformed the good quality companies. And that trends are never sustainable. So whenever market will correct, market કદાચ નિફ્ટી 5%, 7% correction આપશે, પણ આ જે ટાઈપના જે સ્ટોક્સ છે, જે પુઅર ક્વોલિટી કંપની જે છે, probably you would see 30, 40, 60, 70% erosion in their stock prices. And when then market will again start its next rally, this kind of a companies will not bounce it back. So every 2 years, 3 years, we have seen this thing, trends always repeat, and that's the reason why one need to be extremely cautious in terms of what you are buying into. And we need to control the greed, make sure we buy into the best of the high quality businesses with good growth, so that even if the market corrects, there might be 5, 10, 15% correction. As I said, that's part of any bull market. One doesn't need to worry about it, provided you invested in the best high quality businesses.
સાચી વાત છે. ત્યારે ખાસ કરીને તમે બિઝનેસને સમજો અને પછી રોકાણ કરો તો વધારે તમને સારું પરફોર્મન્સ સ્ટોક્સમાં અને त्या સાથે તમારા પોર્ટફોલિયોમાં પણ જોવા મળશે. પણ રાજેશજી, કારણ કે હવે આગળ જતાં Q2ના પરિણામો પર નજર હશે, પણ એના પહેલાં આપણે ખાસ કરીને તમે જો તો આરબીઆઈ ક્રેડિટ પોલિસી પણ હશે અને આ બધાની અસર તમે જો ખાસ કરીને એગ્રી અથવા રિયલ એસ્ટેટ, તમે રિયલ એસ્ટેટમાં કીધું ડાયરેક્ટલી નથી, પણ તમે બીજી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી જે સંલગ્ન છે એના પર ફોકસ રાખો છો, પણ એના પર હજુ રોકાણ કરી શકાય? ખાસ કરીને એગ્રી બેઝ, કારણ કે લાનીનાની પણ અસર તમે જોઈ રહ્યા છો. એગ્રી બેઝ કેમિકલ હોય કે તમે કઈ ઇક્વિપમેન્ટ હોય, ક્યાં વધુ ફોકસ રાખો છો?
So I think in agriculture space, one need to focus on agrochemical companies. So there might be 1 or 2 quarters may not be that great for few companies because agriculture demand is right now a little bit weaker compared to what what one assumed about 2 quarters back. But over a longer term, even there is going to do well. In India, there are not too many of agri stocks as such to play, and anyway the season is weak, so nothing much to talk about there. So I think incrementally focus. If you ask me, as I mentioned, specialty chemical, they will continue to do well. Building material segment, you asked me about real estate. That segment is going to do well. That segment is going to revive. So good building material segment companies will continue to deliver strong earnings growth and capital expenditure revival because that has not happened in India in last 10 years. એટલે આપણે બધા જ વેઇટ કરી રહ્યા છે કે ક્યારે કેપેક્સ સાયકલ ઇમ્પ્રુવ થશે because of PLI, because of China Plus One, because of the global economic recovery. All these factors put together, capital expenditure is going to revive. And that means there are a number of sectors which are linked to that. All those companies will also participate in that growth story. So these are the few sectors, if you ask me, the themes, if you ask me, on which we think that they will do extremely well over next 3 to 4 years.
ઓકે, સાથે જ રાજેશજી ઘણો આભાર આ સમગ્ર ચર્ચા અને વિગતો માટે અને માર્કેટના ઇન્સાઇટ્સ આપવા માટે. ઘણો આભાર સર. તો એ સાથે જ માર્કેટ માસ્ટર્સની આ રજૂઆતમાં અત્યારે મને નિશાન આપજો રજા. અપડેટ માટે જોડાયેલા રહો CNBC બજાર સાથે. નમસ્કાર.